I haven't forgotten, Dave. Look at this, everybody. Come on now. Dave says, "Hi, Seth. I sent you a medium roast El Salvador coffee ground to match your drip coffee brewer. Just like trail running shoes, coffee has a lot to do with personal preference. But once you find something that works even better than expected, it is hard to go back." And then Dave, you're amazing. So this is like a custom coffee roast. Oh, and look at this. It gets even better. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Oh, yeah. So look at this. He drew a goat on the front. Oh, my goodness. And, of course, the goat is buttering some bread. That's what I'm talking about, Dave. You're amazing. Custom coffee. That's how I'm going to start this morning. You better believe it. Good morning. Time to go get those steps in. Isn't that a thing, everybody? Go get those steps in. Dave, I'll email you as well. Oh, that looks real good. Looking real. Did you see that? Did you see that pour? Oh, my. Yes, indeed. Come on.
All American Homecoming. Stream every episode.
Dave! Okay. I must say, I love dark roast, but that is delicious. And Liz, you know, when you go out to breakfast, I often put creamer in my coffee because the coffee is bad. Like, I don't like bad tasting coffee, but I do, so I prefer black. Dave, this is, okay, let me take another sip here. Hold on. Woo! Dave, you just made my morning, sir. Cheers to you again. Oh, my. I was gonna circumnavigate the lake, but it's a little bigger than I expected, so don't want to get more than 10,000 steps today. And I found this log, and look what I found underneath it. Whoops, sorry, Mr. Frog, but I'm going to, I figure this is as good a spot as any to talk about the greatest running injury gift as of late. And let me explain why, but first, We'll throw this in as the comment of the day as well, even though it was not on YouTube, it was over on Instagram. Thank you, Logan. Great question here. So, hey Seth, I recently had a stress fracture, and when I came back, I did too much too soon and re-injured myself. Who's been in that boat before? Huh? Right here, I know I have. I know you're going through your own injury problems right now, and I'm curious how you manage to stay positive and motivated throughout the process. Thanks, Seth, and wishing you a speedy recovery. All right, Logan, I'm going to answer your question. But I gotta tell the story, give the whole background here. So the last major injury where I had to really stop running was the runner's knee. I think I was out for about 6 weeks, and I'm actually about at the 6-week mark right now with the sacrum stress fracture. So Logan, just so you know, after that injury, it was January 2020, I do believe, here's some footage of me trying to get rid of it, is that I went on to set 2 marathon PRs as a 36-year-old. Then, as a 35-year-old, 36-year-old, I managed to win 2, back-to-back Pikes Peak marathon races. And so I tell you that because there's hope. Meaning I will say, you look pretty young in your picture here. You will come back stronger. All right, your body gets the big reset. Now, I'm going to also I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Logan and everyone. This was a hard one, this sacrum, because I was pretty excited and determined to try and win another one.
Woohoo! Great job.
Meaning Pikes Peak. Go for 3 in a row. That was a goal of mine at the beginning of the year. And so it was hard to let go of that goal. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all, but so it took a little bit longer to let go for this injury. But once I did, you begin the mental process of realizing, and this is where it gets very exciting. Before I share that. So what happens, so for the new runners out there, and let's say the veteran runners, I'm going to talk more so to the veterans right now. You understand kind of that rhythm of life, but the rhythm of being a runner, meaning the ups and downs of training, but also the annual training calendar of racing, okay? It might connect with the seasons where you live. If you live in northern Minnesota, it's challenging to go out and find even a 10K that exists in the middle of February in Minnesota, but I'm sure they do exist. So, but you come to the roller coaster, the ups and downs of annual training calendar years, which I love. I love that annual training calendar, so going from Pikes Peak and then, taking 4 or 5 days off, going to UTMB, shout out to everybody in Chamonix right now, racing, seek that beauty out there. I wish I was with you, but maybe in the future we will be back, but I don't know if it'll be next year or the following year. But then coming back to the U.S. and starting to train for New York City and getting out to New York City, and then taking the big 2 weeks off and then training for Rotterdam. A big 18-week training block. The PHT pops up, the proximal hamstring tendinopathy, which, took about 2 months to really get rid of it completely. Shout out to Ricky. Once I saw the physical therapist, we knocked it out in about 6 weeks. And then boom, and then the sacrum stress fracture in mid-July. So it's these ups and downs. I just share that with you, Logan, because what's going to happen now, and this is where the hope resides. And True Love and I have been talking about this a lot in the last week. I am to the moon, and this is where the title gets answered. I am to the moon, meaning happy, with the fact, here come some birds. Oh my goodness, what are those? They're like black geese or ducks. Interesting. I am to the moon with the fact that I now get to do a huge rebuild. I was gonna say some more. I'm almost in tears with the joy that brings me of how big this rebuild is going to be, because it's very difficult to do a big physical rebuild. And I'm talking your flexibility, which is also connected to your overall obviously your overall biomechanics, but your plyometrics, your strength in the gym, your speed drills, your quick feet. There's so many, and not just stretching, but dynamic stretching. But what happens, everybody, is that you get tired. I get tired. You get into that kind of that rut of training and racing and training and it's good, and you stay healthy and it's fun. But now, because I'm injured, because my body feels amazing, even the sacrum's feeling good, but I'm totally recovered. I feel this is a huge break for me. Now I have the baseline to build upon with the plyometrics, with the gym, with the speed work, with the dynamic stretching, with everything that I do, the prehab work. And that gets me to the moon, Logan and everyone, excited for 2023 to come back stronger, and more nimble and more dynamic as a runner than ever. And it's just hard to do that when you're training at a high level and you're competing at a high level, trying to win very, very, very competitive races in my case. So Logan, don't be too hard on yourself. Take it as an opportunity that when you do start to come back from your injury, think of it as a rebuilding process from the ground up, from your toes to your fascia, to your ankle bone, to your soleus, to your Achilles tendon, to your calves, to your knees, to your hammies, your quads, and your core, all the way up to what's going on right here between your ears. I can't even tell you, I'm gonna come back. So I'm coming back stronger and faster than ever. I just am. I will. Now it's probably gonna be like March, April 2023 when this rebuilding really starts to, let's say, bear fruit. So that's a 6 to 7 month process. But butter. I'm excited. So that's why this is the greatest running injury ever. It's the chance to rebuild. And if I would have been healthy through Pikes Peak, maybe I would have won Pikes Peak, who knows? That would have, I think, punched my ticket to the World Mountain Running Championships in Thailand, and then that's another race to shoot for. And then it's another race. It's just like it's a snowball of racing and training and racing, and sometimes you got to step back and rebuild. Let's go. I think that's it. Let's see. Comment of the day, we're going to give it to Logan. Question of the day, when was your last big rebuild? And maybe if you've never done one, another option is, how do you stay positive when you're injured? And I've asked that before in the past, but if you're injured right now and you just need a little mental fortitude, head down into the comments and I know you'll find some good tips, ideas, and strategies just to stay grounded and positive through your running injury. Onward and upward, we will toss it to, I know I've talked about mental fortitude before, with something with mental fortitude right there. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.